I am Justin Velasco. You're watching Fuel Dreams Club. Today we have another episode of the podcast, the only one and true podcast. You know, Jesus is the only God out there, and just like that, we're the only true podcast out there. You see how I did that? Yeah.
And just like him,
You did it nicely.
we do second comings. Not because we haven't recorded in a while.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was like, yo, I was scared. Like, wait, what are you gonna pull out your head? I was scared. I was like, dang, okay.
You gotta get him out of the gutter, man.
No, it wasn't in the gutter. It was just I was like, what? You said second
You was
coming.
like, what?
I was like, you scared me with the second coming part because I was like, who's coming back? Who else is coming back besides you? That's what I thought.
Us. The podcast.
Oh, look at that. So you just had the podcast, not us. All right, but we're back with another episode, another banger, another. You know, I know you guys missed us a lot. You know, it was overwhelming. You know, with the comments, I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, people were DMing me. Like,
Yeah.
We're coming back, man.
Yeah, they were very excited. You know, it was,
We're excited for a new one.
yeah. But yeah, we're back with another banger. Today, I have no idea what we're going to talk about, but that's what happened last time, and it was a banger podcast. I'm not sure what episode this is, and I need to figure out a way where we could make multiple episodes. There's nothing in there.
Why are you eating Doritos? I'm sorry, I can't. They'll get that though.
But I guess what can we talk about? We could talk about Jesus. You know,
I mean, this is what this channel is about, right?
yeah. I was thinking about that all day. Like, what should I talk about? I was like, wait, Jesus. But for real, yeah, we've been going to church every single Sunday, like true Christians.
Even when I don't feel like it,
Yeah.
I still go.
Yeah, there's days that your body, you feel like, yeah, you don't want to go. Mentally as well, you know.
It's mainly my body.
Body wear and tear.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm getting up there. I wake up. I do not want to get up,
But we go.
but I go.
For some reason, for me, not because I work there, but ever since I've been to that church, it's just, when waking up, it's just like, dang, I gotta get up. But like, it's not like I don't want to go. I want to go. I just gotta get up. But for me, ever since I've been there, not because I work there now, but because I don't know, I just like the church. I like the environment. But yeah, I think for me, it's not as hard to get up and go. And
Back
Yeah.
in my younger days, it'd be easy for me to get up. I'm old now.
yeah, I've been thinking about actually studying more deep into the Bible. I wouldn't say going to school, but I don't know what the plans are. But I do like the Bible. I do like Jesus. You know, I think that's a pretty clear sign. So, but not for real.
But if you do go to school for it, do you have a kind of a picture of what you want to do with it?
I do know I want to teach it. I don't know to what or how to what extent, but I do know I want to teach it, and because I don't teach the Bible, but I do talk about God to people in my life. You know, my people from high school and all that.
But you want to know like the actual like verses and all that stuff and how to.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
like more in depth, more
More
like
in depth, yeah.
theological too.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I think I have a good. I think everybody has their own way of explaining the gospel or explaining Jesus. And I feel like I have a good base already, like stuff outside the Bible that does mention Jesus and it does prove Jesus' existence. And yeah, I just like. I think I like Jesus, man. I think that's what it comes down to.
Well, all three of us like Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we love Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. But I have realized that a lot of people are culturally Christian. I mentioned this before, I think probably not. But a lot of people are culturally Christian. Like they say praise, hallelujah. Especially in DC, they say they're Christian, but they're culturally Christian, meaning that they follow the traditions. You know, they're in church because they grew up in the church. There's nothing wrong with that, but you had to feed your soul and not just be there like a robot every single Sunday.
I agree.
It's very not scary, but it's a very people got to wake up in Washington D.C. in the capital, and I feel like maybe I am the one. I don't know. Just saying. maybe. I don't know. A lot of people have been watching my videos. Like even not the principal, but the person who works in the office in my nephew's school. She's seen my videos on TikTok as it popped up. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then one of the youth people at the
Did you
church,
see your video
they
too?
saw, yeah, they popped up on their For You page.
Oh wow.
I was like, dang, we're going places.
Yeah, TikTok's been getting a little bit too local for my liking. My For You page is getting a little bit too local.
But it's good for me though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't like seeing people around me close on TikTok.
Is it weird for you?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm used to seeing them LA people or New York people, but here in the city, I'm like, oh no, you're a little bit too close to my liking. And then in the comments are like, TikTok's getting a little too close, a little too local.
Yeah. For me, it's very good because that's my goal is to get the people in DC, you know, bring them into our cult.
Like if it's a Christian influencer, I don't care. It's more like the other secular people that I see.
Right. That's not what you want to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Yeah, I filmed David's testimony. Actually, the guy right behind me. He gave his testimony. He saw Jesus,
In a dream.
and you know, go check it out. Links in the description. Smash that like button. But that sounds.
You could also see it on the Field Dreams on the channel's Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Bits of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was very good. It was very.
Yeah, I actually got like a lot of I don't think I reposted. I don't think I did, and I forgot. I think it's because I forgot, honestly. But I mean, I could do it now, and it won't really matter, right? Like the date, really that if I reposted it
What do
on
you
my
mean?
Instagram, it wouldn't really matter, right?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But so you want to post on your Instagram?
Yeah. Like repost it, like on stories, you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, like share it. Yeah, wouldn't really matter.
It don't matter. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. You know, he saw Jesus. You know, and you should see Jesus too. Wait, but no, yeah, like I said, a lot of culturally Christians here. I don't know if in this car, but there's a lot of people in here are culturally Christian, and it's very scary because going to my church, I realized that you know a lot of churches are not biblical.
Don't even talk about that either.
Yeah, they don't even talk about the Bible, or they don't even go in depth into verses what they mean. They just want you to repeat after them, like the prayer. Sometimes they'll really repeat this prayer. They don't explain it, and you know you become a robot.
Yeah. Why I find it scary for all those other churches, I feel like they don't talk about self-conviction a lot.
Mm.
And I think that's kind of scary because as a Christian, you have to be aware that you know that you are a sinner and that you are that you at the same time when you become a Christian, you're a new creation.
Mm.
So basically what I'm trying to say is you know when you do the bad things, you know that you're doing the bad, and you're telling yourself, "Oh, I think I'm morally wrong." But a lot of churches don't even teach about that. They just don't even teach about the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Not the part that a lot of people don't even want to listen to. So
Yeah.
that's why I think a lot of churches out there, a lot of people when they talk about it, like our pastors, he talks about the self conviction or even about the sins that we do, and when he talked about it, he said that a lot of people will leave the church.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to hear it. They will hear the truth.
Yeah, like that one time he got political.
Oh yeah, yeah, really political.
The next week, there was barely people there.
The week after, right?
Yeah, the week after, that much people were
The
there.
week after, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, to switch the subject, but into a light manner. Banger. We haven't really posted a video like a sit down video like this, but my sister, basically our sister, got saved by Jesus, the only one true God. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. It was pretty. I was like, wow, it happened. I prayed on it. It happened. I was like, what? It happened. Wow. Look at God.
Now I could call her my sister in Christ. It's crazy.
Yeah.
In a good way. Crazy in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sister in Christ. She's my sister, and she's my sister in Christ. Like, well, you can't get better than that.
What?
She's my actual sister, and now she's my sister in Christ.
Oh, both. For you. She's both.
No, but yeah, for real, it's like wow. I want to do a video with her. Not sure it'll be testimony or
that's a good eye opener.
Yeah, I feel like it would be very impactful. But I know she's gonna be nervous. I don't know what to say, but that's how everybody is. That's what you were, I think. Actually, I don't know. No, you were just like whatever. I force you to do things anyways.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
But some people are always shy or whatever. But
I don't mind it. I play along.
Yeah, I basically force him. I just like, hey, you're gonna do this. And he's like, okay.
No pay.
No pay.
Oh yeah.
No, but
yeah. He has right now. He has a gun pointing him right here, right now. Forcing us to do this podcast. Yeah. I'm just kidding. No, he's not.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, she got saved, which is pretty awesome. A couple months ago, beginning of the year. Well, she got baptized, but beginning of the year, she wasn't a Christian. She was going through it and all that, but I'm not gonna get into that. But she wasn't a Christian, but prayed on it, did things behind the scenes, and
yeah,
she got saved by the Lord. Amen, hallelujah.
I don't think if we go back to like, well, I don't know what, a couple months ago, probably like what, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, we wouldn't think that would be true.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because I told Joelle when everything was going down, when she was like crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
I told Joelle I was like in a couple like.
What do you mean crashing out?
Like when she was like crashing out, with the mom.
Oh yeah.
And then I told Joelle, I brought him in the room that day. She's gonna come to Christ soon. Not sure how soon it is. 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years. But she's gonna come to Christ. And I said it. And I don't know why. I don't know what brought me to say it, but I said it. And and it happened. It happened to be a couple months. I legit don't know why I said it, but I said it. But yeah, and I think I was getting off one of my fasts too. I was just drinking water and then it wasn't like it was here and there most of the time, like 1 day, 2 day, and then 1 day, 2 day. But then if you want to hear from God, be closer to God. I mean, it's kind of common sense, but it's not. It's hard to be closer to God. You gotta remove distractions. It could be anything, phone. It could be food, whatever is consuming you a lot more than God. You have to remove it and read the Bible, pray. But yeah, it is hard to get close to God or to hear from God.
To listen to Him.
Yeah, because sometimes He'll tell you like, "Hey, do this." You're like, "What?" But He tells you for a reason. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes even an enemy is there trying to tempt you too, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's why we don't even listen to to God as well.
There's a Bible verse about like it's long. It's not quote for quote, but it is basically like don't tell your plans to everybody, because it leaves room for the devil to interfere. And I'm not saying anybody in my family is a devil, but sometimes I don't tell nobody anything because it can be people will interfere or they won't believe in it. They're like, oh,
right,
crazy.
It makes sense.
I'm not saying they're the devil. I'm just saying that there's
just the way it spreads, it will lead to
yeah.
Makes sense.
And I realized when I did that with everything I did, like I'm gonna get a new job or I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do this. It never happens because I give it to somebody and they play down on it. And I feel like as a kid I used to dream big, and I still dream big now. It's coming back again, but dreaming big is very essential. Even though people around you will say, "Oh, you're crazy," because everybody else is fighting for the same thing. How are you gonna be at that same position? But the thing is, what makes me different? What makes you different?
Yeah.
From doing what you want to do. It could be NBA player. You could be whatever, a wrestler or whatever. You could do it, but don't let the people around you tell you no. And if they are, don't tell them that you're doing something or you're doing that thing, because they're gonna be like, "Hey, that's crazy,"
Just a bunch of negative people.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I learned. Don't tell everything to anybody, because leaves room for doubt.
That's true. Don't tell all your plans.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's not a good thing, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But then also, I think Pastor Steve spoke on this. Our pastor, um, was it him? Or was some? I heard it somewhere, but it was basically like you had to be the light in the room. Like, stop looking for a group or a Christian group to help motivate you. You had to be the one in the group to, be the light and bring the energy to the group.
Right.
Because you keep looking and looking, it's probably not happening because God wants you to be the one to step up. Bring that energy. Bring that faith into the group. It's hard, but you have to fight through it. Yeah.
That's true.
What else was there? Oh yeah, and then Pastor C spoke last Sunday.
The past 2 weeks, I think he's been talking about how to hear the voices of the Lord.
Yeah. And this one, it connected with me too. I was excited because I heard it from the first service, from the TV. Then I went inside the second service. I was okay. I'm gonna be in here because.
Oh right, because you wasn't able to be in the service, right?
No, but so yeah, I made sure I sat in there because it did connect with me because it's like when you go, I guess it's like evangelize sometimes, or when you have a feeling of like going to tell somebody something, like to somebody about God. I've had that feeling so many times, and almost all the time I let it go. Like I don't say nothing. It happened to me so many times when I was in, I think, a crepe place. I saw these group of people, and I just felt like my heart wasn't. It was like, yeah, my heart was like, go say something, but it didn't happen. And I was by myself. I was eating my own crepes, whatever it's called, pancakes. And then I was by myself, and I saw legit across from me. It just felt like a string was like attached to me, but then like to that group, to go to that group, and then I just left. But no, it's hard. It's hard to explain. It's like it just pops up as like, hey, go say something, but it's hard to follow what God wants you to do because the doubt comes in. But and there's nothing wrong with if you do it. What's gonna happen? Nothing. They'll be like, you're weird, but they thought Jesus was weird. So
that's true.
But yeah, like I said, go ahead and follow what God is trying to tell you.
Follow your heart.
Yeah, follow your heart, but it can be scary because depends where your heart is at.
I'm about to say, because then it says the heart can be deceitful. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think it does mention stuff. It's weird because it does mention the heart. Follow your heart. I forget something in the Bible. I forgot. This has to. I have to read more into it.
I think your own mind is worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because your mind.
Yeah, you do not know.
Yeah, your mind. Your mind is. Your own mind can even lead you to astray.
Yeah.
Can lead you to astray. Get crazy thoughts and all that stuff. Yeah.
Like Randy Orton's theme song.
Oh. If anybody's familiar with WWE, it's like, it's like the theme song goes, he hears voices in his head. Yeah, that's not normal.
Oh, it's normal.
No, I'm talking about like to get the feeling of it.
Yeah.
So I have a question, David.
Mm-hmm.
And I only ask you because you're mature spiritually.
Oh, I try, yeah.
Yeah. You seem out of.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, but so when you fall into sin, do you have that? Obviously, you still have that doubt, but what gets you up out of that sin? Because I know we all fall.
We all fall short, right?
So what's one thing that brings you back up and that keeps you alive?
Like when I do a sin, after I do a sin.
Yeah.
To be honest, just thinking about the Lord. Like, sorry, excuse me. All I think about is like, when I do something wrong, do something bad, all I think is about it's Him, going back to Him, and I'd be like, remember what He did for you, remember. And then I'd be like, oh yeah, right. I don't beat myself up too much, you know what I mean? Because He did that for me, so yeah.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, it's hard because we do talk about it in our church, but also you don't know some people like when they fall into sin.
We don't even know all these people.
The thing is, like, the people at our church, we don't know them personally. We don't know what's going on, what they're going through, what sin they're committing that they can't stop.
Yeah.
That's why I don't hold them to a high degree or anything either, because like you don't know what they're going through. They're going through stuff the same thing as we're going through stuff.
Might be a different certain
Might
degree,
be a
right?
different type of sin. Some of them are probably, I don't know, smoking weed or doing stuff. You never know. We don't know them outside of the church. We just know them in church. Yeah. I mean, we chilled with some of them outside of church and everything, but like, yeah, we're not like best, like besties or anything like that.
Yeah, we're not like everybody gets like all along and stuff. I mean,
like me and David, we know what we struggle with, basically. For the most part.
Yeah.
But like there's stuff private that we go through too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes really secret,
Yeah.
That goes.
That only me and the Lord know.
Only the Lord knows, yeah. And same thing goes with Huguito. It's Justin. Sorry, and and yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I do feel like you're supposed to confess to a brother, right? Am I right? You're supposed to confess
to a certain degree, though.
To a certain degree, to a brother, but mainly it's important to confess to the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I do feel like you're right. You're right. It does have to be some stuff that has to keep private.
But if it's but in my opinion, if it also like with us, it has to be a certain like limitations, right?
Mm-hmm.
But probably like to someone who's a higher up than us, and like like a priest or something. Not a priest, a pastor. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I think they will have a better answer than another brother or sister. They'll have an answer. A pastor will have a better answer than us giving it to another brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they know more than us, and because basically they're the teacher. So and they're more experienced. They're more what's it called? More mature, and wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with age.
That's why it says go to the elders if you need help.
Go to the elder. Gotta go to the elderly. Yeah. Go to the elders. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. One thing I do struggle with is I'm not talking about I read my Bible more than I read like before. Like it's at the top peak, but
you're better now.
Way better now. Yeah, I read it way more better, and but I do feel like I want to every single day. It's not like an everyday thing, but it's like maybe every other day I read it. But I want it to be every day. But I just need to sit back, and it's hard to sit back though, like throughout the week because you're working. So many things are going on.
I got a new job, and I have a job where I'm not off only on the weekends. Well, I will have time to myself. And that's what I need. And I have more time with this job, with this new job that I got. So I will definitely be reading more. Because the job I have now, I come home, my brain is fried. I can't do anything really.
Yeah, because you don't really think about that.
I can barely even focus at the gym. But I go to the gym because I need it for my health.
For health, yeah.
But now with this new job, I should have a lot more time. Especially since I'm going to have a weekday off, which I missed that. Having weekends off is cool. It's all fun and games and everything, but at the same time, it's not. There's perks and there's cons. The con for me is, I'm off on the weekends, but so is everyone else in the house. So it's just like, I'm not isolated. I'm the type of person who I need my alone time, desperately.
Yeah.
Like I need that, and then and I do better on my own when I read on my own. I like nobody to be in my surrounding when I read.
It's like basically being by yourself with the Lord, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I could go in my car, go in a parking lot, but people will be parking next to me too.
People will be around you, yeah.
Like I can pick the parking spot furthest from the shopping center in the corner by myself. Some guy just parks next to me every single time. It never fails.
I need the way I look at it too is I'm a alone person too. Like I like being alone, reading my Bible, but also I like to force myself out of that habit, like maybe reading with like in a crowd or whatever. Not crowd, but people around me, because you have to adapt to your environment. It's not gonna be easy to follow God. And I'm like I said, I'm not perfect. Like I do have that times where I don't read it because there's people around, or not because I'm shy of it, but just because I can't focus. But I feel
Yeah,
like I do need
that's
to.
true.
I have to. I do have to adapt though. I feel like we do have to adapt, because you have to get closer to the Lord no matter what your circumstance. And what I'm gonna do is probably I thought about this months ago, but I forgot. I'm bringing it back again. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop, or Barnes and Noble, sit down, read. Everybody else is reading, so.
Pretty
Yeah,
much, yeah.
I would do that too, but yeah, I don't know. That's why 2025, one of the main goals for me is get a new car, either a newer Mustang or an electric car. I don't know. We'll see. Electric car mainly because when I go charge it for about an hour, I'll be chilling in that car by myself, isolated by myself for an hour.
Yeah, you can have more time reading,
Exactly.
or you just had alone time.
hmm And I've always been like that. Growing up, I've always needed my time to myself.
But yeah, it's hard, but I feel like me personally, I try to strive to adapt to my environment. I feel like because I've always, as a kid growing up, I always felt like I always made up excuses, but I feel like I have to adapt, and make that environment, comfortable. Um, it's hard, but it's possible. You just have to put your mind to it.
But
Um,
yeah, with the new job, it'll be more possible. I won't be as fried. Like, I mean, my brain is fried after the current job I have now. It's fried. I can't even read anything for real. I'll listen to videos and I can do that. But reading after the job I have, no, not
It's
possible.
like your mind is not there.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Do you feel like that? Just
Sometimes, yeah, but not as much. But
like when you were like reading your Bible, did you ever feel like there's still distractions around you?
yeah, but I realize every time I pray before I read it, um, it works. It
It
helps.
works. Okay.
Yeah, because you're just closing your eyes. You're just once you close your eyes, you're not thinking about nothing. Or I'll just sit there sometimes just in the silence after I pray or before I pray,
Yeah.
just calm everything down. Because close your eyes, you're not looking at the world. Um, I try to calm my nerves like that, but yeah, it's hard. But sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes most of the time it works. But yeah, that's one thing. Praying before you read, making sure God is in there with you while you're reading it, highlighting everything. But yeah, yeah, it's tough though. It is tough, but yeah, because our life is just so fast.
Yes.
Jobs, whatever, kids, whatever your circumstances, a lot.
Basically, life. Basically.
Yeah, life is gonna life. But yeah, yeah. But I do encourage everybody who's watching this. If you have a circumstance where you feel like I can't read the Bible because this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, pray, legit, stay still, pray. Close your eyes. I recommend closing your eyes because you don't see nothing when you close it, and you're just pitch black. And just calm your nerves, pray that God's gonna be with you while you read it. Um,
hmm Prayer does work. Um, like I said with the sister, it worked. Me getting a new job that worked. Especially I mainly what mainly how I say it, motivated me to apply to actually what I wanted to do was well, the Pastor services recently. I think it was in September. He was like, do what you want to do." I was like, "Well, how is that supposed to happen?" So I just went online and applied, and I've been applying to this position, well, this particular field, since I was 18, and I prayed hard, heavily on that. Now I got the job. Took a while since September,
Mm-hmm.
since the first interview. It took a while, but I got it. And I was on TikTok recently. I was at work, just giving up all hope. And then I read this comment just stuck to me. Um, it was a verse that says, "You will make it. Trust me, you will make it." Something like that. 5 minutes later, I get the call that I got the position. So yeah, Never. That was when I was just losing hope. Like I gave up. Basically, I was
Yeah,
like,
never estimate prayers.
that's when I just gave up. I'm like, yeah.
Never estimate
I was like,
prayers.
yeah, I ain't not get that job. That's it. I was just giving up. I was like, okay, I guess I didn't get it. I'm stuck at this job, and then boom. Just don't give up.
Yeah,
Great.
it's true. Don't give up.
Don't give up
But
on prayer. Nope.
what was I gonna say? They happened to me with my sister too when I was helping her. I was just like, do I even continue? Because sometimes we'll go out of a year, we'll go to one year and then out to other, and then what was it called? Oh yeah, and then the me reading my Bible, reading it actually made me listen. Like it, God spoke to me through verses. Like when I was about to give up, I was like, I don't know if I should. She's there's a little like she's getting it, but the it was it's not a verse, but it was like it was like you of little faith. That's what kept popping up in my brain when I
You a
was
little faith.
yeah, and that's what kept popping. I was like, wow. It was just there. It wasn't like me thinking of it. It just popped up in my brain, and I was like, I don't like really. And I was still doubting. I was like, I don't know. And then it just kept popping up. It was like, you got a little faith, and then and it was also too. I don't think anybody else knows this, but when like during the service but basically when she was coming to Christ, when she was like coming to church often, well every Sunday, well the worship music was playing, and then what's it called, and then also, but yeah, she came to Christ already, and then during worship, I started tearing up, and then it popped up again in my brain like it is finished, and then that was basically like the seal that God like that she's in it, she believes, um
She's in it full percent.
yeah, and that was when it was legit. She was coming to church every day and or every Sunday, and then she was posting it on Instagram, and everything. But yeah,
Yeah,
You, you know when you put it on an IG, it's official.
yeah.
And also,
The verse was you're going to make it. Trust me. So when I read that verse on a TikTok comment, for some reason, that comment just stuck to me for those 5 minutes. I was walking into the next building that I was gonna do. That verse was just stuck in my head. And then I get a phone call. I don't answer unknown number, so I didn't answer it. Now that then they left the voicemail, and I called them back, and yeah, I got the good news. And I think I mainly feel exhausted these past 2 weeks. Obviously, the election happened, so before that election morning, I prayed over the nation, and it was a big prayer. And ever since then, I've been tired. I was exhausted. I put all my energy into that prayer, probably. So, ever since then, I just felt that Tuesday I was tired, but I felt good. After I did that prayer, it was like God talked to me. He was like, it's good. Everything's gonna happen. Everything's gonna be fine, and everything was fine.
yeah.
That day, like I didn't feel anxious anymore from after the prayer and everything. That night, I just didn't go see because I wanted to actually see the actual announcement. But I felt good. I felt great after the prayer. I felt great the whole day. Like I knew what was gonna happen, and yeah, not to get too political, but what happened? What I prayed for happened.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something cool.
It came true.
Dang, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's the tongues. I think it might have been the last episode we did. It was talking about tongues, and it was a way different perspective that we have now.
Oh, right.
Speaking in tongues, I spoke. I think I spoke it in like a little bit because my tongue was doing something like a rhythm that I couldn't do. I can't do right now. It's just I don't know how it went, but it felt so good. It was like bouncing on my tongue and everything. And then yeah, I plan to go up there. It was like for like a whole almost 2 weeks because they were telling me like, hey, it's gonna happen. And they asked me, do you believe it? I think I believe in it because I just I searched it up, and I came to a conclusion that there's two speaking in tongues. There's one that sounds gibberish, and there's one that you understand another language that you don't understand.
That you never spoke of.
Yeah, you never spoke of. And then I went up there. The first I was like in the I was like at the end, but like against the wall, so I had to make sure people get out the way. Like them, I had to make sure they got out the way. And then I didn't know they were gonna come with me. I know Dave was gonna come with me. I know my sister was gonna go. She was just kind of new to the church still, but I go up there, and then we're trying to speak in tongues, and then I look to my what? No, I kind of felt my sister crying, but I wasn't sure she was crying, and then basically fast forward to the whole tongues. We all go back to our seats. I walk back to my seat. My sister's bawling her eyes out. I'm like, yo, what the heck happened? Yo, but yeah, she's like, I was like, what happened? Babe? I think someone asked, like, are you okay? She's
Yeah, I
like,
heard her too. I thought it was
yeah,
like this lady was crying or something.
yeah. And then
Randomly.
what was I gonna say? But yeah, I think Liam, her son, asked like, why are you crying? He's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm crying. But yeah, she was crying. I was like, what? And then I believe in it. It did hurt me because the person who I was speaking with doing Bible study and all that before, I left that group. But I spoke with this person and she would Bible study with me all the time, like almost every week. Every week, and then we spoke about that. I asked her about it, and she didn't believe in the talk. She thought it was just, you know, understanding another language. But comes to a conclusion, it's real, and that's the thing. It's scary to teach about the Bible like that because it's I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's scary because
Yeah.
you could lead somebody into the wrong
My
direction.
my experience was different. I wasn't planning on going up to the stage. Um, I know he was. I knew what was gonna happen because he told me what was gonna happen before the service. Like that week of the service, he told me what was gonna happen. I was like, I probably won't go up there. Mainly not because I didn't believe in tongues. I was just I don't know. I didn't know. I just
You were just curious.
curious. I wasn't yeah. Um, and when it happened, David went up. He went up. I went back to my seat, and I did my own little. I was doing my own prayer. Um, and then another guy who he eventually went up. His wife had went up. One of our church buddies. He was behind me too. He didn't go up at first. He wasn't planning to go up either.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Um, I didn't want to leave and go in the lobby. How like some people did. No, I was like I'll stay. And I'll just do my own prayer here. And I was gonna leave after I did the prayer because I knew that the pastor was eventually gonna come up to me, which he did. But something told me not to leave. I just did my own prayer. I was just like, yo, I was like, basically telling God, like, hey, if you want me to go up there, then take me up there. I'll go up there if you want me to go up there. If not, then I'll just stay here. And, basically, 5 minutes later after the prayer was done and everything, pastor comes up to me. He said, hey, why are you not going up there? I really want you to experience this. Was there a reason? Are you scared or you don't believe? Or, I'm like, it's more anxious. I guess more scared than anything. And then, especially because feeling all the energy out in the room, too. I was feeling a lot of mixed energies. So I was just like, I don't know. I was that made me more nervous, scared, anxious. And then my sister came back to the seat. This is after the pastor asked me. He was like, "Well, come on, I want you to experience this." He's like, because he doesn't know when he's gonna do that again, basically, right? And then my sister came back to the seat crying. I asked her, "How was it?" She said, "I don't know." He's like, "Did you speak in the tongues?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Huh? For real?" She's like, "Yeah, I think." Then but I was like, "Oh, okay." And then 2 minutes later, that's when I just got up. I'm like, let me go see what this is hitting off of. I was like, let me go. I was like, all right, I'll go. And I just went. And then yeah, I felt, I can't say I spoke in tongues. I mean, I got extremely shaky.
You felt something, right?
I felt something. The pastor put his hands on me. Another part that got me more scared before the whole thing happened too was during the service. He was like, the pastor was like, I can feel when the Holy Spirit goes inside someone, and I know when it's not in there. I was like, that was another reason I maybe not want to go up there for real. So I was scared. I was
your self conviction, man.
yeah, I was like, oh, dang,
Like,
self conviction, I was like, oh shoot, dang, like I haven't been in my Bible lately. You see what I mean? Like that's why I was like,
you're like, oh no,
yeah, and then but I went up there. He said, there it is. When he said that, and He said, "Go in him right now." I felt it, and that's when I got all shaky and everything. Couldn't even, could barely stand up. You know, extremely shaky. I don't know. It was uncontrollable. I tried to make myself stop shaking. It was not. It was not possible. God was like, "No, boy." But yeah. So he said, "Speak." I couldn't speak. He told me to say it. There it is. There's a language. I tried to say something. I went, and then he said, "There it is." He walked away. Um, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak English. If something came out, I don't know. I don't think it was. I just something. Nothing could have come was coming out of me, basically. And then his wife came and told me to repeat after her. And then after that, while I was repeating stuff after her, something came out that could have been tongues. I don't know. But and then yeah, that was it. And then when I went back to my seat, I stopped shaking and everything. I was just like, okay, so yeah, it's real. But yeah, it was not a scary experience. It was just weird. It was I felt good up there though.
Right.
Ironically enough, like not weird enough. You're shaking and everything, but you feel good.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like a breeze. And I was repeating. It was coming and then it was going. I think I was thinking too much too. That's probably what it
Yes.
was.
Me too.
That too. That's probably the main reason what it was.
Yeah, because I felt the same thing when you guys did. I felt like more like a push, like someone like
No,
push me.
if someone would have pushed me, I would have been on the floor.
Not like actual like shove. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
actual like
Yeah.
something like hit me and I felt that. Like the Holy Spirit went inside me and that's what I felt too during that day too. So, yeah.
What I would say is I did speak in tongues when
Me
I was
too.
when I was speaking when I was praying for somebody.
Pray somebody.
I'm not gonna say what you guys know, but I'm not gonna say what or who on the video. But when I was praying for somebody, we were laying hands on somebody. And I
you felt like you spoke in tongue.
I just spoke in tongues because like I ran out of the prayers, and I was just like, let me speak in tongues, and then I just spoke in tongues.
Basically, the Holy Spirit took the wheel.
Yeah, basically, and that situation is all whatever, but it did work because it came out. When I prayed for that person, it came out. I felt it come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I do need to start doing it often, speaking in tongues.
The thing is, yeah, I tried it recently, but I don't know. Nothing came out. When he was like, when he said practice it at home, no, I felt like I was feeling like a little something, come inside me, but I don't know. I guess probably because I was thinking too much. It's kind of like going Super Saiyan. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Dragon Ball reference.
Yeah, yeah, like the last episode, I think it might have been the last episode, 2 episodes before this one. We had a whole different view. I had a whole different view about tongues. I thought it was just one tongue, and it wasn't the one that we were talking about now.
You felt like it was more controversial topic,
Yeah,
right?
and it is.
It kind of is a controversial.
Yeah, a lot of Christians don't believe in speaking in tongues, and
Yeah.
I think it's scary because I left that study group that I was in.
Which is weird because it's biblical.
Yeah, yeah, it's biblical, but because there's also another verse. I'm not sure if it's Acts. I know that there's one in Acts. I'm not sure if it's the one that's gibberish, but there's two. There's two about tongues, and yeah, it explains like was it the fire the basically the fire of something like the wind of fire, something like that, or something along those lines. It came into the atmosphere basically in the Bible, something like that, in spoken tongues, something like that. But there are instances on both of them.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, that's yeah. I believe in it. And I've seen it. Especially with my sister. Like my sister's not gonna lie. Especially my sister, she wouldn't lie.
Nah, she wasn't gonna lie
Especially
about that.
on,
She would have
yeah.
been like, nah, I didn't speak it.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, that was that. A lot of things happen. Sometimes I'm like, not a lot happened, but then look back, like a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to, Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this. Like I know he's always wanted to work with animals, but for me, I never had a pinpoint what I wanted to
Do.
be in working. I say be WWE, but that was kind of for real, and that was kind of not serious as well. It was just like whatever. But like that's basically if I had no other choice, or I don't know. and I feel like people do. If you're a wrestler, you're gonna struggle. Like you're it's basically for the people who struggle. Basically, like a lot, they go through a lot. But like I said, for me, I just never had like a dream, or like not like a dream, but I never had like a pinpoint. Oh, I want to be this.
Yeah.
Like how he has like his animal stuff. Me, I feel like I don't know. Maybe I think it is probably this stuff, social media stuff. I mean, I'm getting traction, and every time I don't post for a long time, people start spamming with likes, or they comment.
They're like, hey, when are you gonna make another one?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know. It's just yeah. Right now, I've been building my own Justin Velasco channel, just to get my face out there. Just to people would know my face. Um, and then the Field Dreams Club, I'm still kind of thinking of it. I'm not sure what. Maybe it's just testimony videos all the time, um, or it's just podcast or what. But I don't know. It's hard to get people to do a podcast because a lot of people they have jobs.
They have
You
things
know?
to do. They
Yeah.
have.
I did do a podcast for a minute, but my thing is when I want my podcast, I have a specific vision for it, and right now, it's not possible.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. Just like when people with music and everything, they have their visions for the music, and that's why they can't do a certain thing because they don't have the stuff in play.
Yeah.
So right now, I don't have the stuff in play for me to do a podcast. It's not really perfectionism, but it's like I'm just missing one thing, and that's the thing that I'm working towards. But it's hard though.
Yeah, for me, I've always wanted a team, but then also speaking with my guy Dion at the church, um, basically we were just going off like just ideas. I was like I always wanted to. And when I have a team, it always falls apart. I feel like I need, I just need it's just me. It just has to be me now because I have my own time. I have whatever, and then I'm always on the go. I'm like, oh, I can make a video right now. I think of something, whether God puts on my brain, and I just say it.
Yeah.
So it's just I feel like I just have to do it myself.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine is not necessarily a team. I don't want to do for my personal podcast. I want like a designated space for it, and I don't have that space right now. And that's it. I don't have that space. I don't even have the room for the space right now. Once I get everything situated, God willing, this year coming up, then that's when I will revive my cast, my podcast.
Mic test, mic. Okay. Um, but yeah, like I said, for me, I think I'm just building my own. What do you call it? Ministry, I guess people call it. Not sure, but I'm building my own foundation.
Yeah.
And I feel like whatever happens after that, it'll happen. Whatever God gives me with that, it'll happen. But I'm always like, oh, I have a thought in my brain. I'm gonna say it on the shorts video. I need to start making more videos as well because I make shorts. That's because it's just in my brain. It happens, pops up, so I just say it.
I think shorts is also good right now. That's a good way to people to see because people are always watching shorts and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
they're gonna come cross by it. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it because it
Yeah.
gets views,
And
subscribers,
it, come,
a
and,
lot
it
more
co-
attention.
and it comes randomly to other people.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I do need to find like video stuff,
Yeah.
like content. I may be like a Ruslan type of thing, maybe maybe like a news Christian thing, but I don't know, not really news, but like basically what I do on shorts, but more like a teaching type,
Right.
like a Bible study, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard. And then I also spoke with somebody at the church about maybe somebody who's out there is preaching the gospel, who's evangelizing. And I realized that I felt like I was putting too much on myself when I was doing that with people from high school. And I told somebody that at the church, and he told me that's not necessarily a bad thing. He said it's just you do care for that person. It's not a bad thing. He said don't take that part away from you, like constantly like check up on people
Right.
and do that, but just don't let it overtake you. I was like, you're right. Every time I go to them, is always gives me an answer. But yeah, I always when I evangelize to people or from high school or whatever, it's just like I don't know if I should be in their lives 100% or like keep being in there, texting them or calling them. But
No, you wouldn't want to do that because then that's
Yeah,
gonna feel too pushy.
sure.
No.
no, but I think when I
That's
do
how, that's how you will lose people, if anything.
when I do it, I don't. Not, it's not always Jesus. It's just always like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? What'd you
Oh.
do today? Yeah, I'm not like
Oh.
always shoving it down the throat.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's what I.
just
That's what I.
no.
thought
You could
meant
do
at
that. That's
first.
bad, right?
That's what I
Yeah.
thought you meant at first. Doing that, yeah, that's how you would.
Yeah. But and I always tell them like I'm not gonna be blowing up your phone all the time, and they'll be like, "That's fine. Like you can blow my phone." But then also I'm like, I want to get in their personal space, but also people don't have people to talk to, so
That's true.
that's the thing. It's just like how do you
Lonely.
read that? Sometimes it's hard to read that, but yeah, it's There's people who text me that like who I evangelize to, kind of give me a hint like, hey, need someone to talk to. So, but it's weird. It just happened out of nowhere. Like it just people. I forgot how it even started, but it just happened. I didn't think of doing evangelism or whatever you call it, but it just happened. It came to me, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's just like when you imagine. Well, for me, I don't. It's not always Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It eventually pops up, and but I'm always like getting to know them, like since like what happened since high school and everything,
Yeah.
and it's just like and God is inserted in there, because then they also eventually give me their what's it called their not secrets, but they give me their vulnerability, I guess. Like that's the right
Yeah.
terms, but they eventually open up when I don't ask them to, and I think I'm doing it good. I'm doing it in a good way,
Good way. Yeah.
but I think I can step it up and like be more, text them more, whether it's every week or maybe twice a week, just checking up on them, like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? Just I guess a mental check, because I would do it well here and there. Sometimes it'd be every other month, sometimes it'd be a month. It would just be sporadic, but I don't know. I just feel I could push it up more, check on people, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Um, Trying to read people.
That's even harder.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Yeah, I also asked too, like, because Pastor T spoke about like preaching the gospel to somebody, that gut feeling, like how I mentioned before, and I asked his son, I was like, so how do you differentiate if you should preach the gospel to somebody who is drunk on the street or they're not there in their mind, but like some people can be saved when they are in that state, and there's stories that have happened. But I was like, how do you know when to do it
Yeah,
and when
because
not to?
it makes sense. Because when they're not there, how they're gonna receive it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I guess you would know because that feeling will come to you.
That's true.
But you do also have to be careful. But like I said, that feeling will come to you, and I know that feeling, so I know how it feels. But yeah, also I'm just don't air anything out there. But also, I think it was like it was like beginning of the year probably when I was doing Bible study. I left the Bible study. It was at the Java, the coffee shop, whatever you call it. I just call it coffee shop. But I left the coffee shop after doing my Bible study with the where I was doing Bible study with, and there was this homeless lady um, outside, and I just walked past her, but she was like, "Hey, anybody have change, change, change?" And then I just walked by, turned on my car, and I slowly my emotions start to overcome me, like sadness for that person, for that homeless lady, and I was not gonna give her money, and then like I was gonna pull out of the driveway,
Yeah.
and then I see, like like last second I just turned left, did a whole 360, and I gave her some money.
Oh,
I don't know. It wasn't like
that was nice of you, man.
yeah, and it was. The thing is, like it's funny. It hit me so hard that like I cried the whole way home.
Really?
Because I also heard stories like of Jesus going to somebody after they didn't give anything to a homeless person, and like whether it's a thought, whether it's a dream, they were like, "That was me right there. You didn't give me the
Yeah.
money. Like that was me. Like what if that was me? You know, and you didn't give me that. You didn't give me just a little bit."
Sure.
Not, you know, you didn't give me nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against giving homeless people money. I've given homeless people money, but I have to have. It's like a certain feeling I have in my gut. That's the only time I give it. Um, and sometimes that feeling is wrong because then I gave a guy money one time, and you said he did the same thing last week, so he gave you the same story last time, and but
You're like, oh, that's
yeah,
kind
I
of
was
fishy.
like, okay, so now when I see
Yeah.
that guy, I'm not gonna give him no money again. Um, but yeah, I've given homeless people money, and but it's only when I have to have a certain feeling.
Yeah. Is that just to a random
Not just
all of them?
anybody who asks me, no,
Right.
because I can kind of tell, when it's kind of like, but yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know, for some reason I love animals. I always been attracted to animals. I always been attracted to me. I've always loved them. David saw it firsthand in one of our buddies' house at church.
Yeah, I saw that for
The
sure. He had 2 dogs.
I'm not a I'm not the biggest
Dog person.
dog person. I love my dogs. I love animals. I love all, but them dogs couldn't. Well, at least that one, that the big
Great
one,
Dane.
that boy,
Yeah, he had a Great Dane, and he was all over Joel.
all over me. The cats were all over me. Even the other dog that was but that dog was just
I
hungry.
forgot about the cats. Little
That dog
Kims.
was just hungry. But the other dog, all of them were just all over me. But and this dog is my thing. Even the job I have now, I get to see a lot of people's pets, and most of the time they're all nice to me. It's besides like the vicious dogs that are guard dogs. But other than that, everyone's cat. Now you're like, oh, he's not like that with everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
I get that a lot. He usually runs, he gets scared, and goes to hide with everybody.
Huh.
Usually with me, they're right there.
So even they get cut off guard. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Might be some type of calling. I don't know. But even the birds.
This man is Cinderella.
Even the
Not Cinderella. What's her name? Snow White.
birds. No, yeah, even the birds. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Well,
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's hard to hear God's calling, but I think he just mentioned it that like, you will know it once it just starts popping up into your, people. Like I said, people. I'm not sure it was him. Oh no, this was the DLSU. It's an app that I've been using. So if all of my Christians out there who want to get into the Bible theologically, or they also have Bible study. Like you could, I think each chapter of Genesis they'll go through with you. It's a video, and someone's talking to you. But yeah, I was doing spiritual gifts, and it did say that people will start to compliment you on certain things so much, and that's one of the signs of a calling, that you get those compliments that like, hey, you're really good at this, or or whatever. It pops up through people, or it could be just from what God tells you. But yeah, shout out to DLSU.
Nice.
But I was gonna mention something. Um, dang, I was gonna mention something. So Jesus, he was a great guy,
The best.
best guy.
The best.
Um,
The one that never. He's always there for you. The
yeah,
highest and the lowest.
yeah.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have reflected on myself too, even with the election stuff.
Yeah.
Me posting it. I don't know if I should have posted it, even though it is. I don't know. You can look at both sides, but also I'm just like, I lost people who I could have still been.
I think it's childish.
No, I think it's shot, but I feel like I lost people potentially to coming to Christ. 'Cause a lot of people followed me, and they unfollowed me.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know.
but that's just Instagram numbers. I mean, you're gonna lose people regardless. People are gonna unfollow you just because they don't believe in Christ.
Your own beliefs?
Yeah, but that just comes with the game.
Yeah.
Yes, but also I feel like
The more you lose a follower, you gain more. I mean,
it's not about the gaining. It's just about that person. It's about like, I could have said it or I couldn't even have said that. You know, I couldn't even like posted it. Like I'm not saying I regret it, but I'm just saying that there are ways to not come off. I look at it this way. Like, what would Jesus do? How would he show like
His support
his support for anybody or whatever? Like, would he shove it in someone's face like that?
Oh yeah.
So so I look at it as
You
like,
didn't really shove it in the face because you weren't posting it throughout the week. That's why I waited until that day. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a.
I feel like also like if you're, I wouldn't really consider you also a big supporter because you don't really you haven't been posting about him
After,
even months. You know what I mean?
before
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but it's just like I feel like I could have went about it. Or they just didn't even be posted. Like who needs to care about who I voted for?
That's true.
That's true.
So I feel like
I
you
mean, I
should.
got-
I feel like Christians should have voted, because a nation needs to be based on on God, centered by God.
Christians did go out and vote. They showed who they voted for, and there it was. But
But I feel like it kind of made us look more bad as
Oh,
well.
regardless, it would have looked bad regardless.
Even if we didn't, even if
Even
he
if they
didn't win.
didn't show it out, it would have looked bad regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Win or lose.
win or lose, even if dude would have won regardless without good Christians saying the voter, regardless it would have looked bad.
That's true.
Regardless,
Yeah, but I just feel like
remember, Christ did not surround himself with perfect people.
He was with the lowest of the lowest.
yeah, but I feel like
Like he did not if he did not surround himself with perfect people, he didn't. Yeah, so it's just
He
like
made, look.
God is not.
I'm not afraid to lose friends, but
I'm not afraid to lose
I'm afraid to lose a friend because of how my faith is waived.
But so yeah, you can say that, but
because of your belief.
No, but how it's like shown. Like I feel like it was in a manner of like especially with Trump, but like I feel like it was I could have done it better, or I could have like maybe not posted it, but I don't know. It's hard to explain what I'm thinking, but like I like you guys are trying to explain it, but it's not correlating to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know.
But I'm not afraid to show my faith, but I'm afraid to be.
To show your political
Because
side.
I'm like when we're as Christians, we are supposed to kind of like have a little Christ in us. I feel like just the way I posted it, like the Trump thing, Trump dance, YMCA. I just feel like knowing the outcome of either winner would have been chaos. I feel like there probably wasn't no need for me to even post that because it's gonna cause chaos, and it caused chaos. And I'm not afraid to do that, but I'm afraid to do it when, as a Christian, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, but like I get what you guys are saying, but like I said, I'm not afraid to lose any friends. But I'm not afraid to lose a friend if I'm giving them the gospel, and if they take it bitter and they decide
But-
to do that.
The thing is, those same followers that you lost, seen your videos about Christ already.
Yeah.
So it's
All
not
the
like you didn't give them the gospel. They most likely saw your video already,
Yeah.
and they most likely knew who you were
Your
voting for
views
based
too,
off,
man. Come on.
off the videos, off the views, off our beliefs. Yes, the guy's not the most perfect guy. Paul wasn't either.
He was actually a murderer.
Yeah. So it's like, regardless, you lost those followers, but they already knew what you were about.
Yeah, I understand. Like I don't care about the followers at all.
Mhm.
Like, I don't even when I post sometimes I don't even look at it until like 2 weeks later. Like I look back on the views I had. And
What do you mean?
Like what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like on your on your
On like Instagram or like the analytics.
Oh, yeah,
Like I
yeah.
don't even look at it like right away. Sometimes it'll be 2 weeks later. Like even yesterday, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I looked at my Instagram, the videos in the back, like early on, and I had like 8,000 views, over 1,000, well, over 1.6 thousand likes. I was
So
like,
my question is, How can you tell when you have when you lost a follower and when because it doesn't let you know.
I found it just because I kind of
Do
looked
you?
at the people who I figured I would lose a follower.
Oh, so you would go to their page?
Yeah, and it'll just say private.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Me, I know I know my follower count. It's low. It's like 151 right now.
So you
And I was at 152. I lost one person, and that person I was gonna unfollow anyway. Um, but but yeah. Um, usually I just know. And the same thing with him. I see the pattern of who views my stories, and I'm like, oh, this person hasn't viewed it in a while. I click their profile, private. I'm like, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I do feel like
But
I don't know.
I get that part. Why? But I don't know. Um,
Yeah, it's a tough cookie because I don't know. Like I would rather have somebody unfollow me because I gave them the gospel than that. Because when you give them the gospel, it's a conviction. Most like when they turn away from
It
you.
sounds like
but the thing was like even Ruslan was open about his support for Trump. Most of the Christian, even Richard Lorenzo, he posted, "I'm voting for Trump." Most of the Christian influencers said that he's like, I'm voting for Trump based on these beliefs and all that. But obviously, they didn't go about it and started doing the.
Yeah.
right, makes sense.
Yeah, but maybe I mean I would have probably said I would have said it, but I don't know. I could have went differently.
Either way, Ari went about you would have lost his followers anyway. If you would have said I'm voting for Trump because of this, they were not gonna listen to that. They would have just read, I voted for Trump, unfollow. That's all they would have read.
Yeah.
So either
That's
way,
true.
you would have lost them. To be honest.
Yeah, but like I said, I'd rather lose a follower because what I preached it like the Bible because I know that they are convicted or they it hits them so much because it's the truth.
I even lost like trust, not even trust, but like
Oh yeah.
to coworkers
Yeah.
for crying out loud.
I thought
They don't even look at me. They don't look at me the same no more.
I thought I was, but no, they went back to telling me normal now. Um, but even like they one of them brought up something. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna get into this. I just agree. I was just like, I don't know. I didn't look in. I need to look into it. That's all I say now. I'm not getting into no political battle with anybody.
Yeah, politics is dangerous now. I mean, but it should be talked about. People should talk about it because it is what the laws we're supposed to follow are based on presidents. They're based on government. So, and we can't have people in power who are against our faith. Who are against God. Or any religion. To be honest. Because even if I was a president, I wouldn't even. I would
I
like.
should. What I should have done, I should have Paula David, knowing that he was gonna be the king. He should stay quiet all these years. You know what I mean? Knowing the outcome. What I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, like I said, I knew the
he stayed quiet.
outcome. I knew the outcome right after the prayer.
Yeah.
I knew the outcome. I knew it. I was like, I know what's gonna happen. But yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, we live and we learn. Um,
me, I'm more of. I guess they compare me to what was it, Peter, all the time. I don't care. I'm going to. I'm going to be the one that's like,
I mean, you kind of act like Peter a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. So that's what they compare me to all the time. I don't care. I'm gonna post what I post, and I'm not.
He's hard headed, by the way.
Yeah, hard headed. I'm not gonna care. But that's something I probably gotta work on myself. But you know, everyone has their stuff that they gotta work on.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true, and I agree with you on that.
Yep. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I mean, we're supposed to. Hard thing is to be like Christ, like the way he moves. You're supposed to. It is hard.
Let me to imitate him. Yeah.
Yeah, imitate him. Yeah. No, I'm not saying like walking on water and all that. Because but I'm talking about like just the way peace or like just the way you talk
To be just
people.
like him, no, that's impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, to imitate him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
But the thing, Christ wasn't always nice either. So
he had a limit.
Can you imagine him like
he wasn't nice like how Dragon Ball. He's not like Goku nice all the time. He wasn't like that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recently found that out too. By the way.
Can you imagine him going to a lot of churches in here in America?
Oh,
Oh, he gonna be flipping a lot of tables. He'll be flipping.
No, can you
wooden tables.
imagine? Can you imagine how many people will be upset?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of churches will leave like right off the bat. Him teaching his sermons.
yeah.
People will,
He gonna flip more than tables. He goes to these churches nowadays.
When he comes back, it's gonna be wild.
oh, it's gonna be price to pay, I guess. You know.
Yeah. And I mean, it does. I mean, I don't know. It scares me. Also, it doesn't, because obviously we're gonna be judged by how we judged others as well, and all the whole there's a whole bunch he's gonna judge us on. But it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's also it's gonna be. He ain't gonna be nice.
The thing is our name in the book of life.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. But yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot. But yeah. I'm gonna start. Well, I'm not saying what I'm gonna start doing, but I want to be more productive on social media. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always thinking of ideas. I'm thinking it's gonna be more and more. I'm gonna start doing stuff than saying it, because I have the motivation now. I have I've made clothes stuff now. It took me a long time to even start doing that, to even put my hands out there and doing stuff, but it's happening. I always think about like the business part of it, or like the taxes and everything, or whatever. Like, oh, what about this? What about this? What about this? And also, you just gotta jump into it, and you live and you learn. But yeah, if you're out there trying to start a business, just do it. You'll learn as you go. You start to get excited as you keep doing it, and you'll just learn.
Keep trying. Keep pushing to do what you want to do. Keep and pray. Then always have God first.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of Christians said like no matter who wins the president thing, Christ is king, which is true.
It was no matter what, Christ is king. But it was like no matter who wins, but it's like you gotta be careful with that too. Cause like you kind of want to preach for the right person to win.
Yeah.
You know, man. Cause if the wrong person won, we all be out of here sooner than later. But either way, the outcome is all the same no matter what. You can't avoid Judgment Day, Doomsday, whatever is coming. Can't avoid that. It'll happen.
Because it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen regardless.
You can't escape from that.
But prayer can change a lot of things. It's not gonna change the outcome of the end. You know, but yeah. America needed what happened.
Change.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a 100% supporter of his either. No Christian should be right, but we just align with what he aligns with what we believe in more than what the other one did.
One thing I would say off topic, we're kind of not really off topic, but one thing I do need to work on is whenever I find something out about somebody, usually a Christian, when I find something out that like doesn't resemble the Bible or is not according to the Bible, I just instantly like ghost them. I instantly just like not unfollow, but I unfriend them, not social media, but like physical aspect.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like
You mean like just an influencer or whatever? Or
Not
like,
influence, like for like friend, like friends. Like I just keep them
Why
away.
though?
I don't know, cause I feel like, especially early on, as a Christian, or like trying to follow God, not knowing what the Bible says, and I find out what the Bible says, and they're doing something that's not what the Bible says. I feel like I don't know. I just wanted an environment. Like now, I feel like I could change, I can make
Oh,
the
okay.
room.
I see what you mean.
Like I can
You're
make the
supposed to
room.
lead them to
Yeah,
yeah.
and then, yeah, like, and I wasn't capable of that probably early on in the year, or yeah, towards the ending of last year. So I just brushed them away. But it's just, yeah, because when I found out stuff about like in the Bible, when as I read it, I was like, wait, this guy's lying, or this person's lying.
yeah, but that's where you gotta be careful too, because like you could be doing stuff that's not biblical either. You know.
He's like, let me tell you something. Just like
Because with the tongues, that it kind of hurt me because I was like, it's real, but you said it wasn't, and that's not what God said in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
As I reread the verses like millions of times, it's just like, wow, it's scary. Because I just feel like, yeah, it's scary. You have to be careful who teaches you.
Oh yeah, okay. You're talking about like that. Okay, I will understand why you would do it.
Yeah. Because it's just like, okay,
yeah, because I was about to say something completely different.
Yeah, I knew. I think I knew.
I was literally about to say like, oh, you gotta watch out what you're saying because
yeah, I know.
don't like
Yeah.
okay, yeah, completely different.
Yeah,
True.
just the people
Oh,
who taught me, I guess, like with that tongues, it threw me off. I was like, wait. I mean,
So you gotta be careful who's your teacher too. I mean, you're getting taught by someone who's young.
yeah.
who was that?
It was a female too, right?
Yeah.
But,
Oh, I thought it was about the.
not that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, young. I wouldn't like someone
Remember,
my age.
rabbis are never young.
Yeah, someone my age, I wouldn't prefer to get taught by. Obviously, if he has more knowledge than me, then yes. But and then I would eventually.
But you would go to somebody who's way older. than you.
A more older, wiser
With
woman
wisdom.
or man doesn't
Matter,
matter. But yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
That's why you get your knowledge from elder people.
Yeah, it's very true.
Go to the elders, it says in the Bible.
I am eventually gonna talk to those people
'Cause
again.
they have wiser. They're wiser.
I'm gonna talk to those people again, but I need to know how to come at it in a good
you
way.
can't. I'm like, hey, you was wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention it. I'm like,
I mean, that's how I would approach it. But like I said, I gotta work on stuff.
Even me and Joel, we're not that old, but when you talk to people who are like 20, 19 or like
Yeah.
22, 20, you feel like you're older than them.
Yeah,
And then
yes.
then you could tell, you can feel the difference.
Yes.
You feel the
I had
difference.
that when I trained one of my coworkers not so long ago. We had the talk about the religion talk, and yeah, you can feel the difference. I'm just like, I felt like the elder explaining himself. I was like, well, no, you can't. And then I thought about it. I'm like, damn, I'm an uncle. Now.
Uncle. I'm an uncle.
I feel like an uncle talking to him. I was like, damn, I am certified uncle.
yeah. So yeah, I guess you're right. You get to watch out who does the teaching to you. I mean, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
It does say biblically that somebody does have to teach you
I mean,
to get you out of the elementary teachings.
Our church buddy here, we were just talking about him. You remember he left his church that he was going to because their pastor was young.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You see? So, because why? Because they felt that something is wrong, not right, because that guy was too young. And they're around the same age as them. Even he's older than him.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that. You know, it should be someone older than the majority of the crowd there. You know?
Yeah. That's true. I forgot you just said that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna text him back. And just. No, I guess rekindle. It won't be the same, but I'll just text him back like, "Hey, this is what happened. This is why I left the Bible study stuff." And I feel like they were targeting me too because I was dressed. I was dressed like this, and they were like, "How would you meet the president? What would you wear when you meet the president?" And you got to think about if you had a meeting with God, how would you dress?
What I'm wearing right now. And I will talk how I'm talking right now.
And I was dressed like this. I'm just wearing like sporty stuff. and I knew it was me because everybody else was wearing a suit and tie. I was the only one coming as how I was, you know. Fair enough.
If I met President Trump, Biden, or whoever, I'm just right now. I'm talking right now. I'm not gonna change my way I talk or how I dress for nobody. Obviously, but God. But that's it.
Yeah, it's just that they kept saying that same thing, like how would you dress for this person, like what the heck, that makes no sense. But yeah, and I would understand if they sat down with me and like told me personally. I'd rather have that instead of trying to be behind the bush. Like obviously you guys are talking about me. I look around, I'm like I'm the only one who's dressed in sporty stuff, and but yeah, and they'll compliment my sporty stuff, my shorts, like nice shorts. But it was like
It was one of them fake compliments.
probably yeah.
You feel like an outcast.
Yeah, I feel like an outcast. Everybody else is like dressed up. Maybe most of them grew up Christian. Like even the people who were being taught, they were the ones who grew up Christian. I was the only one who was like, I just got to know Jesus like a couple years ago, and like people had their own Bible already, like the old Bibles. I was like, what the heck? This is my first Bible.
Was everybody there young or older?
There were
Or was it a mix of everything?
mix of everything, but yeah, it was mix of everything. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna text. Like I guess I'm gonna text him, but I don't regret dropping out. I dropped out, but I don't regret it because I feel like I'm still learning at a pace that's good for me, and I like to learn by myself, which is great for the Theos U app. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's a great app. It's a great app.
I mean,
It's amazing app.
If you didn't drop out, you wouldn't be as part of the church as you are now. So
That's true. That's funny. When I dropped out is when I started to be involved in the church. I like legit a couple weeks after was like, hey, would you want to be this? Like, hey, sure. I think that's amazing. And then I got other offers. I'm like, okay, awesome. Yeah, it's a lot, and I love it.
once the churches start bringing animals in the church, I'll be in there.
Sometimes they do. One of the members, they brought like a whole rooster or whatever it's called.
I'll bring my cat in there one day.
I turned one day. I think it was in the lobby. I turned. I'm like, a little girl was walking around with a rooster in her hand. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like,
I seen her with the rooster, the guinea pig. I saw one guy with a sugar glider. That was cool.
yeah.
I'll bring my cat in there one day.
It's so funny though. How just everything at church. You just like I feel like every week I go, I'm like, I look at something like,
I'll teach him how to walk. Like it is. Well, no, Tico didn't know how to walk, but he knew how to go on the leash and everything.
I like that church because it's like everything. It's like a whole zoo in there. But like not even animals, but like it's like there's something like makes you turn your head. I'm like, what the heck? Like someone does something weird, or someone brings a rooster. It's just
That was
like,
cool.
yeah, that's me off.
When they had the petting zoo, I was happy. It was for the kids, but I liked it too.
Like Halloween, I saw the same rooster again. I'm like, is that a rooster? Like it's just like there's like so many like turns. But yeah, I like it. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people that were like when I told them about the Halloween stuff we did because with the kids we did Halloween stuff and they were like, wait, churches like my family or like they're like that doesn't go together. Halloween, celebrating Halloween, giving candy out doesn't correlate with Christianity. I did hear Joseph mention something while he was speaking on stage. I'm gonna go more into it. He said Halloween was originally a Christian holiday.
Hallows Eve.
Hallows Eve. I'm gonna look back more into that. I've heard about Hallows Eve, but
Hallows Eve, yeah.
dang, that was like, Joseph Hebe.
I knew that already. Inspiring philosophy on. Well, he's on TikTok. He's on YouTube
He's
now.
on YouTube now, yeah.
But I knew about him from TikTok.
He's a Christian philosopher, if anybody
Yeah,
wants to know.
Christian philosopher.
Which is rare, by the way.
Yeah, so I got that from him. I learned a lot of stuff from him. So
You actually makes me want to be a philosopher.
yeah,
actually.
people would say, "Oh, I I don't read as much. No, but I am. Trust me, I am well versed in because of the what I watch. You
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
All right, we are 3 minutes on the battery, so we are gonna have to end it off. I know. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't want us to go. Um, keep your comments to yourself. Have you seen that one guy?
There's a Christian movie coming out. It's a cartoon movie.
Have you seen that one guy? That TikTok. He's not a Christian, but he's like he's with Bradley Martin. He's like, oh yeah, I just got on my private jet. He's like a big like he's just like a liar. But
Zacharific.
yeah, him,
Zacharific.
yeah.
That's my guy. I love
Zacharific, yeah.
That's funny. You hear like a plane going by. He's like, oh yeah, sorry, but that was my private jet right there.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
That's so funny. I like that guy. He's like, sorry, my private jet, man. My PJ's is flying off. I was like, yo, this guy. I watched the
He
podcast.
Said, Mouse was calling him one time.
I think I heard that one. Yeah. I was into Bradley Martin podcast. He was just like Bradley Martin. I was like, for real. So what do you mean for real? Like I thought we were being for real the whole time.
I love that guy. I known him. I watched him blow up, man. Love to see it. He's not a Christian guy or anything either, but
Yeah, it's funny.
he's a funny guy. Made me laugh when I first encountered his channel on TikTok. He had like not even 1,000 followers. Man, yeah. When I found that guy, he made me laugh.
Threw me off. It was like, yeah, it just basically that's something I would do too. I'm like, I like doing that, just being so not a liar, but comedic. But yeah, it's just that's the one I like that style of comedy. It's like it's not even trying. It's just I don't know. It's not even trying too hard. It's just like so simple, but it's funny. It's so hilarious. That made me laugh though. Sorry, my PJ just killed me. Like yo. All right, well, yeah, we're gonna end off this video. I think at 1% battery now. Yeah, that was us. That was Pure Dreams Club. I know you guys, overwhelmed with the comments. We were overwhelmed with the comments, so we had to come back.
I was getting a lot of calls, DMs, and everything.
Yeah. At some point, the president even texted me. At some point.
Yeah, Biden was he texted me out his sleep. He was like,
Yeah, we need you guys back to do another
"You're
video.
gonna upload." That's it. He was telling me, man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Bye.
All right, guys.